Over 1,700 years ago, in 326 AD, a devoted Christian mother undertook a journey that would change the face of Jerusalem forever. Saint Helena, the mother of Emperor Constantine, came to the Holy Land in search of Christ's holy sites. Guided by faith and a divine vision, she discovered the site of his crucifixion, his tomb, and the true cross where the Savior had suffered and died for the salvation of mankind. Before Helena, there were no known Christian holy sites in Jerusalem for pilgrims to visit, but after her mission, everything changed. Churches were built, pilgrims came from all parts of the Christian world, and the heart of faith began to visibly beat in stone, wood and earth. In this video, we descend to the lowest point of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, the very spot where Saint Helena found the cross of Christ. Join me as we walk through history and faith. Hello and welcome, dear friends. We are here in the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, heading towards the deepest point in the church, to the place where in the 4th century Saint Helena discovered the true cross on which Jesus was crucified. This is the Armenian chapel of Saint Helena. I think the most beautiful chapel in the church. The Armenians call it the Chapel of Saint Gregory. Gregory brought Christianity to the Armenians. Yeah, that's a fascinating story I would like to tell you, but in another video. Helena, born around 2050 AD, was a Roman, and she was a daughter of a pagan innkeeper. She met a Roman officer called Flavius Constantius, and he later became the emperor of the Roman Empire. Together they had a son, the future emperor Constantine the Great. Helena converted to Christianity, and maybe you know, when her son Constantine became emperor, Constantine was the one who granted Christians the freedom to practice their religion. When Helena was already over 70 years old, she had a dream, and God instructed her in this dream to find the holy sites in Palestine. As an old woman, she embarked on the challenging journey with the goal of finding the cross of Jesus. That was her goal. And in the year 326 AD, she arrived here in Jerusalem. She found local disciples of Jesus who showed her the place where 3 crosses had been hidden for almost 300 years. The crosses of Jesus and the 2 thieves who were crucified with him. What did Helena do to identify the one true cross? She had a leper brought forward, a woman, and the sick woman had to touch all the 3 crosses. And when she touched the first 2 crosses, nothing happened. And you can imagine what happened when she touched the 3rd cross. The leper was immediately healed, and that's how Helena identified the true cross. And right here, on this stone slab with a cross, is the spot where she found the true cross, exactly here. Look at the walls. On the walls you can see faint traces of frescoes from the 12th century. And yeah, amazing. Old fresco of Jesus. The upper part is no longer preserved. And to the left, that seems to be Mary. And to the right, I think it might be John, Jesus' beloved disciple. There are more frescoes, faint frescoes still visible on the walls. Can you recognize a cross here? There are supposed to be other frescoes, but I haven't discovered them yet. Maybe one time I need a guide who can show me. After the discovery of the cross, Helena divided the cross into 3 parts. One piece went to Constantinople, another part went to Rome, and the main part remained here in Jerusalem. However, Helena emphasized that worship should be directed not to the relics themselves but to Christ. Helena passed away in 330 in Nicomedia in Turkey. Today, Saint Helena is invoked as a patroness of treasure hunters, dyers and miners. Dear friends, as we conclude our exploration, may Saint Helena's remarkable journey inspire a touch of spiritual curiosity in your own journeys. Friends, until next time, and may you find peace and grace along your own path. Bye for now.